Drawn reader digs the universe. I'm Ron Reader, and this is Ron Reader Digs the Universe, and tonight, Jerry Seinfeld is a schmuck. I've long thought of him as a somewhat better than average comedian who had the great fortune to get together with Larry David, Jason Alexander, Michael Richards, and Julia Louis-Dreyfus in the 1990s to create one of the great shows in television history. Jerry Seinfeld was way better in this creative ensemble, I think, than he's ever been on his own. A good, solid, consistent comedian, but not a genius. But here he is, doing interviews to promote his new movie, Unfrosted, all acting like he's a French rock star philosopher. He laments that we're no longer all watching funny shows like MASH or Cheers or Mary Tyler Moore together. He says that corporate bosses are too left-wing and politically correct, and that the only venue for comedy safe from the PC police these days is stand-up. He says TV comedy is dead and that woke warriors have killed it. He really is coming off like a clueless schmuck. People no longer watch the same shows because of technological and business model changes. People stream literally whatever they want to see, and our once mass television audience is now fractured into hundreds of little niches. It has nothing to do with politics, one way or the other. For that matter, if cancel culture really had destroyed television comedy, how on earth am I still able to watch South Park and Rick and Morty? It just makes no sense. And Seinfeld should ask his castmate Michael Richards how safe he thinks stand-up is from cancel culture. It didn't protect him one bit that time. He used the N-word repeatedly in what turned out to be his final stand-up appearance. None of Seinfeld's analysis adds up. I mean, it's a right-wing trope and all that leftists are destroying comedy, but even the biggest knuckle-dragging red hat can make a better argument than this. It just sounds like he's whining, and I don't even know why. He's never been an offensive comedian, not an Andrew Dice Clay, what's in the bowl, bitch kind of guy, but for some reason he's got it in for what he calls the extreme leftists who run Hollywood. That one really cracks me up, the Marxist corporate executives. In any case, it should always be noted whenever these celebrities start going off on woke culture or whatever, that the problem isn't about offending people, but rather contributing to a cultural atmosphere that literally gets people killed. The problem isn't about free speech, which has nothing to do with corporate media platforms, because the First Amendment doesn't guarantee a megaphone, but has everything to do with creative laziness and writers resenting the slightly more difficult process of removing the hateful rhetoric from their work. Personally, I think that at the age of 70, Jerry Seinfeld's mind is starting to slip. He's yelling at kids to get off his lawn now, and appears to have absolutely no understanding that this isn't even his yard. It's kind of sad. I've always loved his show. I'm Ron Reader, and this has been Ron Reader Digs the Universe. Join me, Ron Reader, again next week for another episode of Ron Reader Digs the Universe. All acting like he's a French rock star philosopher.